Aloy! But the practice of shunning is, relatively speaking, humane. Oh, down the path to the right you'll find an old friend who can't wait to see you. And yes, you may speak to me. It takes a generous heart, Aloy, to commend a ritual that venerates all that you were denied. Oh, yes. 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 We offered to do so, on the condition he never speak to anyone of this exception. Why would there be any other? The war party we sent after the killers was ambushed and slaughtered. No, not a seeker.
Braves, to Aloy's side, now!
Have you returned to speak with the goddess, Aloy? I wish I could have done more. But I am just one woman. And so her name is blessed. There have, but they are rare, and most who set out are never heard from again. Rost was overjoyed. He never expected to live another day in the sacred land, let alone the embrace, so close to the goddess. Yes, as did I, and the other matriarchs. I'm sorry, Aloy, but Rost's past is another secret I must keep from you. We will talk later. May the goddess protect. This was my plan, to show you where you were born and loose you to follow the destiny All-Mother intended for you. Aloy, the Proving Massacre was just the first of many disasters. As Aloy says, so it shall be. You would know it as the Forsaken Village, near the Karja border. But at the time, many families lived there. Braves, stand aside. She is welcome here. As though she would not want us to help ourselves. Not a gift, but a curse. You said you've had visions. Of a woman with short hair. This is not the time, Aloy. Perhaps another day, Aloy. By the holy grace of the one goddess, we hereby anoint you a seeker of the Nora tribe. She is dying. I've been waiting for this day a long time. Have not 6 months gone by since we entrusted her to you? Yes. And now the only plan my sister matriarchs can agree to is to sing the Hymn of Atonement and beg for All-Mother's mercy. A gift from All-Mother herself. But others... But their power is overwhelming. Is there no other trail to follow? She should be near her mother. The killers do not fight alone. Somehow they have a power over the machines, corrupting them, driving them mad. My hope is... everything. Because of corruption. The goddess's own words. Surely, if you heal this corruption, she will see you clearly. I'm afraid there was very little left to recover. Quickly, you must follow. I don't see how that could be. You were not born of a woman, Aloy. The mountain is your mother. I am sure your mother is here with us, if only in spirit. Try telling him that. After the massacre at the Proving, a great war party was sent after the killers. Less than half survived. Like Lansra, feared that a darker power put you here. Aloy, All-Mother spoke to you, as if she knew you. But what there was... we buried at the place where he raised you, with flowers on the grave. Come, what did she say? Rost was one of the braves who tracked the Outlanders, keeping his distance. I hope the ceremony wasn't too unpleasant for you, given your circumstances. Make way! Make way! The other High Matriarchs are waiting for us. Let me do the talking, so you will have to leave the sacred land. So... you have finally returned. They thought themselves safe from our vengeance. Aspirants! May All-Mother watch over you. Whatever your view, it is yours, and I will respect it. I imagine you must have questions. Shh. There is another way. Come, and we will make it so. It's complicated. Please, just follow me. Aloy, that is not necessary. Many years ago... before the derangement, before the Red Raids, a band of murderous Outlanders, 12 in number, struck without warning. So, from one to another, passes the chain of love. She will have to journey beyond our sacred land. The great chamber, where All-Mother slew the metal devil. He begged to be made a death seeker, sailing the sky till it fades and falls. Envoys from another tribe, the Karja, come to observe the proving, and oh, how the Nora hate the Karja. For once, Lansra, join with us. Aloy, you are awake, and gave birth to you. A glowing flame that climbs the air, set free to the wind. Of course, though it pains me that your years of isolation from the tribe have spoiled what is for us a ritual of great beauty. But for the moment, I must leave you. I have other outsiders to keep safe tonight. All-Mother, this child needs a name by which to know her, even to forbidden places, like the tainted lands beyond All-Mother's sight, or the ruins of the metal world. It is easier if I show you. Alana. She was just 6 years old. What is the child but a mother's hope that takes flight? Aloy, now that the blessing has been made, you and I finally have a moment to speak. But that's my problem. We will talk later. In the meantime, enjoy the festival. Sisters, the goddess spoke to Aloy, told her to heal the corruption. It seemed you were dying, and to die near one's mother is sacred. Lansra fought it, of course, but Jezza sided with me. The goddess spoke to you? And as I promised, anyone who wishes to join you at Meridian, we will declare seekers. You must have so many questions. Mother's heart is open to you, child. Come, that your love may warm her life as the rising sun warms all the earth. If any Nora tries to stand in your way, Aloy, make sure they know you are a seeker.
All-Mother, hear our prayer. How was this done? We'll start the blessing when all aspirants are in place.
Aloy, this is not a question I can answer. The goddess speaks. Rost had been made a death seeker, Aloy. He no longer had any place among the tribe. All-Mother, hear our prayer! Who else would I be? Come on now. I've blessed the naming of a child. Their ancient spite haunts those ruins, ready to ensnare anyone foolish enough to enter them.
She not only returned, but fought her way through many enemies to reach us.
It was quite impossible. We outnumbered them, but every time a brave came within bowshot, the Outlanders killed a hostage. Always that is what I have believed, that you came from the womb of the mountain. That cannot be so. I knew that he would take care of you, bring you up, teach you to worship All-Mother and respect the ways of the tribe.
So, from one to another passes the chain of love.
I will not argue with you except to say there was nothing simple about our decision, nor was it unanimous. I assure you most Nora aren't so rude as those idiots. Yes, yes, now go, and be ready to declare. Go! Aloy! By the will of All-Mother. And so we turn to Rost. Aloy, did you have further questions? Speak her name! Then, this is something beyond my understanding. I will trust you to reveal the truth. The ritual drags the spirit from one's body, releasing it to All-Mother's care. Enough! When they rebelled and tried to murder All-Mother, her wrath leveled their cities, but could not cleanse their sin. Ross was one of them. His mate was killed fighting the Outlanders, and his daughter was among those taken hostage. I see. I imagine you must have questions for me then. This is where we found you. We heard your cries, came to look, and there you were. Yes, Aloy? They are blighted places, Aloy. Dark and wicked, like the children of metal who built them. And I'm quite certain that from the moment he laid eyes on you, he saw you as a gift and never a burden. Tonight, you will sleep in the Hunter's Lodge. Come morning, the proving will begin. He gathered the bodies of the slain and returned them. no matter where that purpose might take her. But do not blame the tribe, Aloy. It was the matriarchs who cast you out. Blame us, yes. And with the right to return when you are done, or as the need arises, yes. A full year later, and terribly wounded. No, off your knees. It's nearly time. In times of great need, the High Matriarchs may anoint a seeker, a worthy brave sent forth to accomplish a great purpose. I know the path ahead will be dangerous. To kill a metal devil sounds impossible, but I believe in you.
A glowing flame that climbs the air, set free to the wind.
You by choice, and she, well, you are. And here is your mark. We know they camped beyond Devil's Thirst for 2 days. There were reports of strange noises. Aloy, take your place right there. The prayer lantern is yours. I made it for you. I am a High Matriarch, Rost. I bless whom I choose. How, Aloy? How? Aloy? Was there something more? Matriarchs are grandmothers with 2 generations of living progeny. Beyond her sight lies a vast fallen land, spiritually tainted. Yes, but it was ambushed and overrun. Very few escaped alive. And most that did were wounded. She is a woman of extreme opinions. More than that, I cannot say. That is why it is against tribal law to leave. But the Seeker blessing will protect you. We teach, offer counsel, give blessings. When necessary, we judge. Our only concern is the welfare of the tribe. From here, you must go to the gates of the Embrace. Speak to Varl, and he will point the way to Meridian. For the moment, my sister matriarchs and I will see to the wounded. I have no doubt you will find people in need throughout the Embrace. I side with you in this matter, but there are differences of opinion, and any vote of the High Matriarchs requires a majority. No, but you could ask Varl, one of the braves guarding the gates of the Embrace. He survived the ambush. He would know more. Wounded, he stumbled and crawled back to us, hoping to die as close to the sacred land as he could. Then you must find out. If, however, you sense that part of your purpose is to help the tribe, by all means do so. Rost went after the Outlanders, but his spirit never left. It remained here with All-Mother. What is most important is for you to fulfill the purpose All-Mother has intended for you. It has always been law that any child outcast has this right, as a means to rejoin the tribe. Is it not obvious? Our land is sacred. We live in sight of the one goddess, All-Mother, source of all that lives. One who dies to go seeking, and in seeking brings death to others. I think, rather, it is because child outcasts are so rare. In all my years, I've only known of one other child who was cast out. I'm inclined to think the course of events has shown the wisdom of our choice. A boy of 13 who killed his mother. But at the proving 5 years later, he did not appear. May All-Mother bless you and watch over you. The heart beats, the mind thinks, but the spirit has moved on. So far as I know, however, you are the first ever to exercise this right. At Mother's vigil, they took hostages, and then pressed on, headed for Devil's Thirst. By law, he should have been driven back out. But we couldn't bring ourselves to do that, so we offered a compromise. I will tell you if you wish. But it is a long story. Are you sure you want to hear it now? But one of the hunters broke taboo, and reaching across the border, she dragged him to our side. May All-Mother bless you. Cruelty. They knew the faithful Nora would not leave the sacred land to collect the bodies, let alone pursue them. Until we meet again. I know, Aloy. I would expect nothing less. Yes. another compromise. The matriarchs feared you and would not let you be raised by the tribe. But a high matriarch is a great-grandmother with 3 or more generations to her name. Among our number this year, we count 3 high matriarchs and some 30 lesser matriarchs, leaving us, the matriarchs, in a difficult position. I think for the time being we should remain here in the mountain, close to the goddess. I know, child. You're not the only one who's waited years for this day. I will be praying for your success. Thus do we speak for generations, lending our opinions weight. The high matriarchs most of all. Oh, thank you, Aloy. I will pray for you. Rost never committed any crime. He was an outcast by choice, but at least he had a chance. Other tribes would have simply executed him. It may be hard for you to accept, Aloy. The last he killed nearly got the best of him. I worried it might be difficult for you. What we did to you was terrible. So he never told you? There were 6 hostages still alive when they reached the border. Alana among them. May the goddess protect. By law, he should have died where he lay. That was never discovered. We couldn't track closely enough to observe them. Meridian, Ban-Ur, the Claim, Utaru land, further even into the Forbidden West. A brave who'd lost a mate and 2 sons to the very outlanders that Rost pursued. To the contrary, he killed all 12. Tracked them to disparate places the world over, he said. He never expected nor asked to be dragged across the border and nursed back to health. That was done to him. There can be no doubt now. You are a blessing made flesh, the will of the goddess incarnate. Oh, yes, that. He resolved to spend the rest of his days in solitude, and was happy to do so. Rather than release them, the outlanders slit their throats and left the corpses just across the border, mocking us. Aloy, how kind of you to spend a moment with me before you depart. And then he set out in pursuit, not as an exile, but a weapon of vengeance, a barbed arrow shot from a bow, never to return. He called upon the most terrible and secret rite of the Nora tribe. No, Rost was beside himself with grief, but even so he would never have broken taboo. He collapsed at the border of the sacred land. A hunting party came upon him. He was delirious, in agony. And then, as suddenly as they came, the outlanders made their way back to the border and disappeared. That will be for the goddess to decide. Only she knows the future.